you have to pursue your own life path, even if it's not someone else's path. Everyone has different paths. Getting you down, what is keeping you down? It's yourself, first and foremost. So you get past your own mental blockage first before you can embark on your journey to finding a right partner. Hi everyone, welcome to Date Right for Your Type. I'm Dr. Sandy Toe, and today we're going to talk about getting past your mental blockage of singlehood. All right, so last week we talked about what's wrong with being single, especially if I'm fabulous and I have my own job, my own education, and I'm doing so well on my own, and I can catch my own worms and wake up early and no one's gonna stop me, right? But then, we discussed how it'll be great if we can sleep in, for a day or two and have someone catch our worms for us and have a shoulder to lean on and someone to watch a film with and discuss it, because we deserve that. We're fabulous. We're goddesses. We deserve that too, don't we? And you're thinking, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's go find a partner. Well, thing is, there's another thing that may be stopping you, and it is not easy. It's not that simple just to think that, okay, so let's get to it. Because one main thing that's stopping you from leaving your singleness is yourself, is your mentality. And we need to focus on changing that before we even deal with men or the other sex or the other party. So it's not even about them yet, but you have to deal with yourself, your own demons first. Yeah, it's really important because we are persuaded by both sides. One side of the pendulum is our relatives, our well-meaning relatives and family and our happily married friends, right? So there's that side who will want to persuade you that finding a partner is good and that you will need to find someone. You don't want to be alone for the rest of your life, and you don't want to overexhaust yourself. It'll be nice to have someone to take care of you and a shoulder to lean on, and that would be good for your life, right? So we have that side, our relatives and well-meaning friends and family who do want us to find a partner and are quite proactive in helping us with that, right? So another episode we'll talk about matchmaking, okay? So I'm sure that you guys have encountered well-meaning friends and family who have some great guys to introduce to you, and you've probably gone on some blind dates, and I can't wait to talk about that in another episode, right? So there's that side of the pendulum. And there's another side, the singles, right? Our single sisters who also want something good for us because they embrace a different set of values, and they think that, hey, don't sell out just because you're so great. You don't want to, you don't need someone to fulfill your life, right? So, hey, I think you should be fabulous and single on your own, right? So there's two sides of the pendulum. First of all, let's talk about the well-meaning, married friends and family side. You probably, as I said, have had the experience of having them tell you what to do, right? So you've probably had that lecture about, sitting down, your parents asking you, do you plan to get married? And, you've been working for a long time, and it'll be nice, to bring someone back for Thanksgiving or Christmas for a change. And maybe a well-meaning aunt or uncle saying that they have this great like person they want to introduce to you, or you have like smug married friends who are all coupley, and then you always go out and they're like, you feel like it's just you, and then there's this table full of smug married with kids, and they're trying to persuade you that, hey, this is the life that you should lead, and this is the life that you should have. You look at us, smug married, right? Doesn't that sound so familiar? I think especially with the relatives thing, the relative scenario in a family gathering. Think Bridget Jones, right? It's like Bridget Jones every year going to that turkey fest and having her uncles and aunts all hovering and trying to figure out why it's just her, her sitting in the end of the table and versus a host of married people, right? And kids running past. So yeah, deep down, you probably think that they're well-meaning in that, like, they want this for you, and this is what you want for yourself too, right? But the thing is, people have this tendency to repel, right? Rebel and to repel, especially when you're being told what to do. Like, people like us, we don't like to be told what to do, right? For assertive women, they just feel like they want to live life on their own terms and their own norms, and they don't like being told what to do, and they don't like what people telling them what's right or wrong and what's best for them. It's sort of against our nature. Yeah. We're used to debating, and we're used to arguing, we're used to trying to fight for our own way, right? So we just feel sort of uncomfortable when like people around us are telling us how we should live our own lives. So even if deep down you do feel the urge that you want to find someone, but if people keep sort of pestering you about it and giving you pressure, especially every year at those gatherings, like people keep pestering you about why you haven't brought anyone, and you just feel really put off. Yeah, so I mean, for myself as well, I deep down I may know that they want something good for me, like, or else why, right? So I don't think they're just out to get you, to make you feel bad for yourself. No, of course not. What do they have to gain, right? They have nothing to gain at all. Like they just want something that's good for you, and they're telling you outright, and they're trying to persuade you, and they're even trying to help you by introducing you to someone or introducing you to a life that you could have, and they don't want you to feel lonely, right? So you have to keep telling yourself that they are acting for your own good, right? So the internal struggle here, you being assertive and feeling a bit put off that people are telling you what to do, and you feel that they're probably, you just have this feeling that they're mocking you for being alone, right? So that's not a good feeling, okay? So you're constantly trying to fight that feeling, to fight it by saying, by arguing the opposite, by trying to think of like a host of arguments that I'm happy being on my own. I'm happy, reading a book and not having someone, hovering over me and pestering me and asking me to do something else that I don't want to do. I like being by myself and pursuing my own hobbies. Like, that's something that, trust me, you're not going to be able to do that much if there's someone else in your life or even children in your life. You have to sacrifice that. And this is not something I want to sacrifice, okay? Right? So, and you're even going to go as far out as to say to them, man, this is not what I want, okay? Like a room full of crying children. This is not what I want, right? I want my peace and quiet. I want my hobbies, and I don't want to give that up to have a family, right? So you may go as far as to argue against all of that, right? Just because you feel sort of bothered, you feel pestered, and yeah, you're letting all of that get to you, okay? Annoyed. Oh, okay. So on the other side, though, you have like your single sisters who are thinking that you're leaving the pack by actively trying to find someone to leave your singleness behind. So it's them, they think that you're betraying them and you're leaving the single pack and joining the comfy collective. Okay, yeah, so they feel betrayed and they're constantly trying to make you feel bad that you're leaving them behind. Okay, so, and you feel bad, right? So they make you feel guilty and you feel bad as well that you're leaving all of that behind to find man, right? So that doesn't sound right. That also sounds like betraying the sisterhood or betraying feminism, right? So going against the feminist repertoire while you are happy on your own and you're self-sufficient and you shouldn't be looking towards a man to fulfill you, right? Doesn't that sound similar, very familiar as well? Right, so you can see the internal struggle going on for a single career woman, because on one hand, you're struggling with your married friends and family telling you that you should find someone, and you probably secretly thinking, yeah, that is what I want to do, but I don't want to admit it, especially when someone is pressuring me to do that, right? So it's you struggling with that internally. And on the other hand, it's you being guilt-tripped by your single sisters that you're letting them down and betraying them and selling out because you need to find a man, right? So yeah, believe me, it's hard. Even for myself, I have struggled so much like on both ends that I tell you that I know what you're going through, being, a single, assertive woman. I've thought about so many different arguments to argue myself out of it, to persuade myself that, to basically just to get past all of the mental blockage that I have when it comes to finding a partner. Yeah, so my advice is that on the one side of the pendulum, the married friends and family who do want what's best for you, who wants you to find a partner and live happily ever after, my advice is to talk yourself out of rebelling against all of that. And yeah, I know, even if it is so bothersome that they're sort of throwing it in your face, that's not what they intend to do. It sounds like what they're intending to do, but it's not, because they don't have anything for them to make you feel bad. They're not out to get you, okay? They're not out to make you feel bad. So remember that. Remember that deep down, that they want what's best for you, and you should go with it. So if they say there's this guy who's really great that they think he's right for you, don't be rebelling against that and thinking, they're out to get me. Like, it's definitely, they want to introduce me to someone shitty, and they just want to laugh in my face and watch me fall flat on my face and to make a comedy out of it or something. So no, like, why do we think like that? It is so in our nature sometimes, because we're so used to, conditioned to weigh the possibilities, right? So we're used to arguing ourselves and weighing our possibilities. And so, but in this case, it is not true, okay? So always remember that they have your best interests at heart. Even if the guy that they set you up with does not end up to be the man of your dreams, it's not their fault, okay? Like they did not intentionally introduce some weird guy that's not right for you to get at you. Okay, so that's not their intention, I swear, you know. So just take it good-naturedly, I think, like their help and their advice, and try to not rebel against it, and try to remember that they are on the same side as you. They're on your side. They're rooting for you. And if that's what you want, you know, to find a partner, then go with them. Stop arguing with them, okay? That is like a way to get past your mental blockage and to be on the same page. And that sort of mindset will get you closer to finding the right partner. Yeah, for sure. And on the other side of the sisterhood, the single sisterhood, I know it's important to preserve friendships, and we do value our sisterhood a lot, right? So sometimes when we think that the other sex let us down, our sisterhood is the one that we can always rely on. So we don't want to let our single sisters down, but the thing is, everyone embraces different sets of values, and we just have to accept that. What we want at this point of our lives may not be what they want at their point of their life. Everyone responds differently, everyone reacts differently, and everyone has different sets of expectations. Hence, you know, we're a different type of woman, right? So that's why there's different types of women, and everyone belongs not to the same type, okay? So just remember that. You're not betraying your sisterhood, but you are trying to find the path that's right for you, and you do have to act independently with that, because, you know, it just so happens maybe that the majority of your pack of sisters are single. And, you know, one day you figure out that you don't want to be single, and you do want to find a partner to share your life with, and you're ready to embark on that journey with or without them. Okay, so as I say, they're not intentionally making you feel bad or making you feel guilty, but people tend to argue and support, you know, they argue in support of their own systems. Okay, their own personal beliefs, right? So you get to argue for yours, they get to argue for theirs. There is no fault in anyone. So just don't feel guilty that you're leaving the pack because that's what you want. Just think that, you know, one day maybe they want to leave the pack and join the collective, the comfy collectives, right? So maybe then you'll be your life paths will converge again, right? So, you know, it's the same story as we saying that mothers, they have their own sets of friends because they tend to befriend other mothers because they have so much they need to discuss in terms of child rearing that they leave their non-maternal friends behind in that sense. And that, in a way, is true for the meantime. But, you know, once you get past that period, you may want to revisit your old period, or they might join you in your period. So I guess this is like an ebb and flow of life. Don't take it too personally that you are betraying your pack, because you're just not on the same life path now, but you may converge in the future. Or even if not, then, you know, it's life, and you have to pursue your own life path, even if it's not someone else's path. Everyone has different paths. Okay, so yeah, I hope this was useful for you in getting past your mental blockage of singlehood. Okay, so what is, you know, getting you down? What is keeping you down? It's yourself. First and foremost. So you get past your own mental blockage first before you can embark on your journey to finding a right partner. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Remember to subscribe, follow, rate, and comment if you want to join our conversation and not miss an episode. Okay, so have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again next week.